Hi, it's Elle Phoenix, and I have so many things on my mind this morning, but the first thing that I have on my mind is how judgy we all are. And I got started thinking about this because somebody was telling me that when you're a servant of the Lord, there's some rule book somewhere that says that you're not allowed to cuss. There's probably also some rule book that says that you're not supposed to drink too much wine or too much beer. Definitely shouldn't support, or for that matter, engage in the use of medical cannabis, that you shouldn't drive too big of a car or too small of a car, that you shouldn't wear too short of a skirt, or that you shouldn't have tattoos. I could go on and on with the list of shoulds and shouldn'ts. We apply it to our ministers and servants of the Lord, just as we apply it to each other when we walk past one another in the grocery store and give each other one of those looks, the up and down, what are you wearing look today. It's just nastiness, and I don't understand it. And when we set up people, whether they're our politicians or our quarterbacks or our preachers, so that they're perfect according to some bizarre human definition that we have a perfect, what we end up with is a bunch of automatons or robots that lead us, and we don't end up with real people that have real issues that can minister to us or tell us how to direct our country, actually in charge of things. And it makes me nuts. And you know what all this is about? This is about yesterday. I was driving home from taking the trash to the dump. We live out here in the country, so we actually have to take the trash to the dump, which is kind of an exciting thing, especially on a 95-degree day when you have to drive with the windows down because the car smells so bad, which is something that I find profoundly humbling and kind of funny, actually. But anyway, it wasn't funny what happened. We were driving down. We live here in Front Royal, so we were driving on Route 55, which is your typical country highway. Speed limit's about 55. And I saw a woman out of the corner of my eye. She was dragging a red suitcase, a black suitcase, carrying a bag, and then carrying something little on her shoulder, which turned out to be a tiny little 5-pound blind dog, right? And I groaned to myself. I mean, I'm human. I do it just like all of us. I said, oh my gosh, I've got so much to do today. I have so many chores to get done. But I put my foot on the brake and turned back around and jumped out of my little white SUV. We have a little Mazda CX-5, and it's white because to me it symbolizes serving the Lord, and I just like the color. It makes me cheerful, it makes me smile. But anyway, we stopped. I jumped out of the car, and she was leaned over. She had one hand on the railing, you know what I mean? You know the railing when there's a bridge. And she looked like she was dry heaving, and she said to me in this really weak voice, oh my gosh, I'm afraid I'm about to puke. I just feel awful. I feel so sick. And then she told me that people had been yelling at her. People have been calling her stupid bitch and go back home wherever you came and all kinds of nonsense like that. And I just said, so where are you going? She said, Front Royal. I said, well, hop in, get a ride. And I helped her put her bags in the back of our truck with all of our other stuff. Fortunately, we dropped off all the trash, so there was just a bunch of books that we had in the back seat. The first thing she said to me is, "You got books? That's nice." And I kind of grinned, and so we started chatting. She cheered up a lot as we were driving, and she was telling me about some of the things that she was going through. I tried not to ask too many questions. Kept thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I hope she doesn't throw up in the back, because then I'm going to have to clean that up too. Just trying to tell you that I'm not perfect, and I think those thoughts just like any of you do all the time. But so I drove her into town and got her a hotel, and then we took her to the local grocery store, and the whole time she just kept, by the time she felt a little bit better, I mean, she just kept telling funny stories. She was a funny little lady named Virginia, and she's from the South. She's from Alabama, and I didn't get her whole life history. I didn't want to ask too many questions. I don't think it really matters. But so we got her some food, and she kept joking with my kids and telling them that she'd be coming back through town someday and would take them out to dinner. And I just thought that was about the sweetest thing. And you know, I'm new here. I'm new in town. I've only been here for about 2 weeks. And what I'm trying to do is tell people, hey, I'm here. I'm starting up this church. And I'm trying to get my name out. I'm not trying to get people to think I'm some good Samaritan doing good things or something like that, because anyone who knows me well knows that I'm just kind of perfectly imperfect. I used to be known as running from hell with Elle because I've been through so many things in my own life, and I just simply don't judge. I don't look at other people and look what they're wearing and look about how they're talking or how much they spent on their outfit, because who knows how much I spent on mine. I don't really pay attention. I just wear my usual t-shirts and skirts all the time. I'm not that I'm not that fancy, and I'm surely not that perfect. But anyway, I did post something in this local group kind of saying, we shouldn't be screaming at poor little old ladies who are dying by the side of the road. And somebody said to me, "You've been played." I'm thinking, I don't care if I've been played. I really don't care. Not that I think that that little old lady who was dying, she weighed 80 pounds. And she really did look like she was about to pass out from heat stroke. But if she played me, I'm fine. That is a game that I will play over and over again. Helping someone out, and somehow I've been played. What I'm out $70 for the cost of how much it was to get her a hotel room at the Super 8 and get her some food from the supermarket. I'm out $70. I've been played. I don't understand this inhuman and inhumane concept or focus on we're all screwing each other over and there's some tiny bit of pie and we're all trying to get our little slice of it. It's not like that at all. The more you give, the better you feel, and the more you give, the more you receive. That is exactly what God meant when he told the prophets that you reap what you sow. That's exactly what the law of karma means in all of the Eastern religions, and I'm talking about Buddhism and Hinduism in particular. Basically, whatever you do comes back to you. So, if she was playing me, she would get played. If you help someone else, someone always helps you, and that's actually what I find in my own life. A couple weeks ago, I hurt my back. I was lifting some furniture that I shouldn't have been lifting, and it fell on me. It was like bigger than me. It was like probably 8 feet tall, and I'm only like I'm 5'2". I'm really short. But I just ignored the pain. I went to the bank, right? And I dramatically and crazily collapsed in the bank lobby. I passed out, or pretty much passed out. And they called an ambulance, and everybody at the bank was so nice to me and took such good care of me. And, I just have to come back to the concept that all those people took care of me. Certainly I should be taking care of other people. That's just the way it works. But anyway, somebody else said that Lucifer appeared, so when I posted about helping this lady, said that Lucifer appears in all sorts of different clothings and doesn't have horns. Let me tell you something about Lucifer. Lucifer does not pose as a little old lady trying to get $70 out of somebody. Because the other thing I want to tell you about that $70 is it reminds me of this friend that I had in law school. It was actually my ex-husband's friend. And he used to play the lottery. And when my husband asked him, "Why do you play the lottery? You know that the odds of winning the lottery are worse than getting hit by lightning." And the guy said, "I understand that. And lightning hurts when you get hit by it. But the neat thing about playing the lottery is I get to spend the entire week thinking about how I'm going to spend that money that I made." Right? When I help somebody, I always feel good. And my kids feel good too. So if I got played, I feel good. And let me tell you something about Lucifer. He's not trying to make us feel like better souls. He is appearing in his $500,000 suits in his Lamborghini, running a corporation, trying to convince us to buy stuff that's bad for us and to do it. And he does it in a very secretive, clever way. You know what I'm saying about Lucifer? He's the one that tricks us into doing things that are bad for us. It is never bad to help someone under any circumstances whatsoever. It's just not. If I keep helping people and losing $70 because of it in the process, I'm going to keep doing that until the day I die. And I don't care about that. I mean, that's the thing, too, that I was thinking about. Because I was thinking about the nature of judgment, and I was thinking about the fact that I cuss, for example. And somebody said to me, "You can't put yourself out there as a preacher on the internet if you cuss." And I'm thinking, where and when did God ever say that we can't say fuck or hell or shit or damn? And I don't want to do a reprise of George Carlin here in one of my videos, but those words are not bad words. What's bad? What's bad is when you drive past a dying little old lady or a hurting soul or an animal that's bleeding on the side of the road that you could have helped, but you just drive past because you don't feel like stopping, or because you're afraid of stopping, or because you just don't care. It's heartlessness, it's coldness, it's discrimination. Those are the bad things. It's not caring for and taking care of other people. Those are the things that God cares about. It's real simple, y'all. I really think it's simple. It's not about what kind of clothes we wear. It's not about whether we use the exact right words. It's not about whether we sit there before we eat and we ask God's name or ask God's grace or say the exact right prayer. As you can tell, I can never remember any prayer. I'm just not that organized in my head. But what I can do is share with you my heart. And my heart is solid and good, just like so many of y'all's hearts are solid and good. You know what? That's what God cares about. That's what we all should care about. I hope y'all have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.